final year biomedical science student at King's. So I'm going to be one of your teachers during DNA summer school. Um, so starting university, I wasn't too sure whether I would want to go into a pure research pathway with this biomedical science degree, but I've always kept it at the back of my mind that I would do a master's and a PhD and then go into research for the rest of my life. Um, so because of this, take I have participated in any research internships I could lay my hands on at university and during the summer holidays when I come back home to visit my family. Um, and I also took a year off to work at DNA analysis at King's, which is a service that King's offer to test your DNA to determine your relationship or for immigration purposes. So unlike other conventional uh, places that offer placements like in the industry or at universities, my experience included both office work and laboratory work. So in the office, I actually had the opportunity to interact with many people from very diverse backgrounds and ethnicities. So these include clients, partners, and colleagues, and they come from everywhere in the world. So I've communicated with people from pretty much all of the continents, and a lot of the time, it wasn't it was easy, but there are times where we had the language barrier, um, or there was this place in Canada that we had to get in contact with, but they didn't use emails, so we had to send a fax over. At that time, I didn't know uh, how fax works, but it was a very interesting experience. Um, yeah, so as a person who generally enjoys spending time alone, I was surprised at how much I actually took pleasure in communicating with so many different types of people. So through this experience, I have also become more empathetic, which I believe is an invaluable trait, especially in this cold, hard world of science. So my desire to understand people better is reflected in my choice for my modules that I've picked for the final year, which includes memory and behavior uh, modules that are part of the neuroscience aspect of things. So after my final year, I had some time to reevaluate my career choices, and um, there was a lot of pressure, both from myself, society that I grew up with, and my parents, to diverge away from that um, pure laboratory research life. So there is a more artsy side of me that always craves to be more creative, and that part of me enjoys reading books, writing short books reviews that I've read, oil painting, and playing in musical instruments. And I also had a very recent experience with my aunt being diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and my family had to live with her for quite a long period of time. And at that time, we didn't know how to cope with it, and so her family didn't know how to cope with it either. So that made me realize how important it is to be able to communicate succinctly between the research findings and the public so that we can make people become more aware of, in this case, how to deal with family members with a neurological disorder. So it will improve the life of both the family members and the person with that disorder. So that's why I wanted to give science communications a shot. And unlike other DNA tutors, I haven't had the opportunity to try this out as a module because it wasn't available to me at the time. But I feel like it is never too late to try something new, especially if you think you'd get more personal and professional development out of it. So at university, um, there are many, many things you can try out, such as societies, um, whatever it is, you name it. It's like hobbies, politics, or sports. Very likely that you'll find a society that caters to that. So there are I almost joined the knitting society at King's, but I especially enjoyed the first aid society. So it's King's Links, which is a joint unit of King's with St. John Ambulance, that teaches you a lot about first aid, and you also get experience, real life experience when you volunteer. And I think it would be a great society for those who would like to do medicine in the future, to have some sort of experience with dealing with people under stress. So for those with learning difficulties, or having concerns over your mental health, King's has a lot of services that offer, and I think many other universities do. Um, yeah, so there are disability services. There are also counseling if you need those, and if you would like to improve your budgets or like manage them better, then there's also the money mentors, which I've heard very good reviews for. So, coming from Vietnam, which is a developing country, I am fortunate enough to experience the advanced research environment that the UK has to offer. So, if you are somebody who's interested in science and would like to make this world a better place, I would strongly recommend you applying to university and learn all these skills and knowledge about science, because we need more people like you. So, that's it about me. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you at the summer school. Bye.